against Yankon Galacticos in action tomorrow. Aurora answers back. Cram was a hard enough target to deal with in game number 1, so get out of here.
Yeah. They acknowledge that the Uranus was still really annoying to deal with them going towards a little bit more fighter-centric, burst-based heroes.
Oh, hold up. SRG. Yuzhong is open once again. I think Aurora should take care of it. Red, blue 5 ban.
I think it would be nicer just to make sure that the laning phase for Luna is going to be super easy. It's like, oh yeah, you're going to ruin Rosa's day with a Lapu Lapu, at least I'll beat you out down till then.
Yep.
Just trying to decide which EXP laner to go up against then.
What you allow.
Yuzhong and CC together, Lapu, CC together. So yeah, that is a better question, as you said. What do you allow? What will end up coming through here? I'm leaning towards this CC already going to the gold lane. I'm not even thinking this is going to be an EXP.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, folks watching at home, this is how important Tianzi is to Aurora. They banned 2 specific and weird off-meta, I said off-meta heroes.
Oh, Badang. Wait, why did hold on. Why did they get rid of Badang when Tro was still available?
Yeah, I think they were overthinking the team fight.
No, I think this is because Aurora's thinking about going Joy. Because that's usually the response. It's like Joy, you see Badang on the opposite end.
That is true. That's a great point, actually. I can see that happening. But they'll have 3 heroes, all magic-based, and that's 2 mages who are burst and cooldown based in the center. So they have the Cho. Wouldn't that be a little bit too greedy?
I think it was either Cho or Hilda at this point.
Yeah.
They're expecting to see an assassin. They need somebody to disrupt this Farsa no matter what.
And they read into it. They're saying it's more likely a Joy than a Hayabusa. But either way, I think the Cho chicks take care of it, especially Yum's Cho.
No matter what, the assassin is going to be a little difficult to play. But the mid priority is what I'm a little concerned about, right? Aurora have a good number of answers just to say, you know what, even if we take a support who doesn't really contribute to team fight but can clear that midway fast, then we can just keep up with the rest of SRG as we fight. Hilda and Lancelot get locked in. Wasn't expecting that, but at least it's a good combination that works good together.
Yeah, you get to match the rotational speed of the Cho. You'll both be equally annoying for each lineup. All dive-centered for Aurora, but they do have a bit of range further far. So what's the last pick here for SRG?
Still looking for Innocent's pick.
Yeah.
Just like in game number 1, they kept Innocent's hero a mystery.
Do they give him...
Here it's gotta matter. Claude's still open.
It's either they give him Ruby or something like maybe... Oh man, that's not a lot of dashes anymore. Actually, I mean, it's really just Tianzi here, so even if they go Fove, it's not like the worst thing in the world, but it doesn't feel great.
I'm not the only one
Yep.
bound by these chains.
They got a fighter.
God.
And CC.
Yeah. So the Phoveus comes in, and it's expected. You already saw the Innocent pick with that CC, and it ended up becoming a Phoveus. How are we feeling about the draft heading into game 2?
I think, honestly, it's looking a little similar to game number 1. It's a matter of footsies again, right? Who whiffs more often, who punishes harder.
And I'm worried about where Sekai's is mentally. After what happened in game 1, where he could have sworn he could farm his way out of a win, this time around, the pressure's even there. Harder because coaches are looking at him, teammates looking at him. Yo, let's try to do that again.
I'm going to say, I think it's going to be up to Yums. One Way of the Dragon could inspire greatness from this kid.
Especially since the stats say the early to late game potential of the SRG lineup, higher potential. Incredibly more compared to Aurora Turkey. Game number 2 in this best of 5. SRG versus Aurora Turkey, with Aurora Turkey taking the lead.
Deployed.
Thank you so much, panel. Renmar, Leoman, and
Welcome
Gideon.
to
Bro,
Mobile Legends.
That's, yeah, I agree. I think that's a good question. And where is Sky's at mentally coming into game number 2? Where is SRG at mentally? I don't think they expected to lose game number 1. I mean, I expected them to tear through Aurora Gaming in my predictions.
I mean, I definitely don't want to count SRG out as a team that is going to lose all their mentality from losing one game. But I will say that it's definitely not up. I don't think it went far down, but Aurora Gaming, if they can keep this pace, it's definitely a huge advantage. Up on the top side, though, different from last time. Watch for Rosa. Looking for the stun, able to get some nice damage onto Cram. Cram forced to use the flicker this early on in the game.
That's big. Big wins across the board, really, for Aurora Gaming, right? And the fact that they have Purifies on Lunar and on Rosa, this is going to be a problem. Something that we were already hearing from Gideon is the fact that Yome's One Way to the Dragon can turn things around, can be that big play to set them or to get them into a spot where they're comfortable. But who are you going to kick? Tianzi's going to be very difficult to kick. You kick Kagu, I think they're fine with that. Siggyboom, same thing. Yes, CC immunity. And both the guys that you would want to kick have Purify.
Purify, wings by wings, ways to get away. I mean, overall, it's a comfortable position for Aurora Gaming. I also love how now that they're in this top 8 bracket, Rosa's getting these aggressive mid laners that can make a difference in a game. I feel like where they fall short sometimes is putting Rosa on something more passive. So I'm glad that Rosa's getting to really show off here.
Yeah, and it's also the fact that they're stealing this Farsa away. Something we were talking about last night when we were talking about SRG versus Aurora. You just can't get Stormy or can't let Stormy take the Farsa. Tianzi is actually significantly ahead here in XP. Really good pathing from Tianzi so far. Hey, it's the same. Assassin versus Marksman. Skies is becoming his boy.
I'm wondering if SRG expected Aurora Gaming to come into this game so aggressive, to come into both of these games so aggressive. A lot of time when you see the underdog team, they take it very patient in the laning phase, and they can let these stronger teams kind of run over them. But Turkey is doing the exact opposite right now. They are pressuring hard in the early game, and it almost feels like SRG didn't expect it. But the airstrike does come down. Brilliance is used just to get away, and that's what I mean, the aggression from Turkey.
Non-stop pressure on the favorites. Not only for this match, mind you, for this tournament. Or Selangor Red Giants looked so good in the Swiss stage, qualifying 3-0, beating the final boss, TLPH. And maybe it's on us, maybe it's on the viewers. We're the ones who looked at Aurora Gaming as the underdogs. Maybe for Aurora Gaming, that was never the case.
Oh, there's that big kick from Yums, though. Pagu is able to get away quick enough using the flicker. Was that just a misclick? Was it too slow?
I think it was just on the brink of the G-Kundo. Tough Boots was also already there for Pagu. The angle would have been kind of off anyway, so Yums decided, you know what, this is a bad angle. I'm going to step back. Let's take a look at the emblems, though, real quick. We didn't get to see this earlier. It's actually the Vitality plus the Festival of Blood here for Siggyboom, guys.
On the top side, look at the puncture through Thorn Rose, does miss. Dude. Down comes the feathered airstrike. Pressure after pressure. Can they take the purple buff? Yums with the G-Kundo through, looking for the kick, looking for the stun up in the top side. But in comes Pagu, able to take out Stormy. Yums now on the run. Cram does find Rosa, but it's a trade for Yums. Rosa for 2. Was it a good trade?
Yes, great for Aurora, horrible for Selangor Red Giants. Orange buff went to Aurora Gaming as well, by the way. Great steal, great pickup. Skies, man, it's not just the assassin, it's everybody! He can't even go and walk in his own purple!
Oh, he dives in, Siggyboom! This man, this myth, but will he be able to get away? No, it's a misplay. Innocent finds the retaliation, but Aurora Tianzi takes the purple.
Now, is that worth it? I don't know, yo. I don't know if I'll give in the gold laner for a purple buff. But I guess it's worth it at the end of the day. Because if you look at it, the carries are Stormy and Skies. Those two. As long as those two don't get the farm they need, it's going to be okay. Graham on the Phobius. This is a problem too, by the way, right? Phobius is the type of hero that needs to snowball, that needs to win the early game, get turtles on his back, and, you know, really start popping off. Yums goes...
Slight miss kick, but right into Tianzi, gets the Thorn Rose on a Stormy to force him away. Turtle now down to about 60%. SRG want to try to make the play. Pagu's there, Tianzi there as well with the Phantom Execution. The damage comes in and Set Guys goes down. Rosa punches his clock, and now they're collapsing onto SRG.
Siggyboom in the back line as Vengeance popped in.
And look at Pagu able to find Kram, and now they don't want to give it up. Lunar forcing them back to base. Turtle over to the hands of Aurora Gaming along with the kill.
We were expecting... Oh, wait a minute, they go for more mid lane. Stormy can't handle it. TNT gets the kill. Now a turret to take as well as the orange buff. If game number 1, we saw glimpses of how the assassin could bully this Yusun Shin, this is a full boy game. Skies is forced to be a good boy to just take it everywhere because it's not just Tianzi, bro. It's the whole team who are constantly diving him. He can't get space at all.
Turrets, turtles, orange buffs,
everything,
purple buffs. It's all going to Aurora Gaming right now, and Yums might just be the next target trying to find Rosa. But again, the kiting is just phenomenal. He gets away with the dragon, but it doesn't matter. Aurora Gaming won it all.
At least Skies gets a purple buff. So
That's
there's something, but they lose a turret down below. Tianzi still wants to bully him. This is looking like it's getting out of control for Selangor Red Giants. And what do they need to get back in control is the question now, because with such big artillery strikes from Rosa with him being so far ahead. I don't know. Wait.
In a bad spot, but the airstrike comes down. I don't think there's an escape from this one. Rosa on the killing spree. Siggy Boom fearless. The whole team, they just ain't stopping.
They do have the artillery. We were talking about it, but I didn't expect under tier 2 against a Vengeance CC. They bursted him down like he was nothing. Siggy Boom used the flicker, so at least there's something that they had to use more to get that kill, but again, the lead is getting out of control, Trex. At this point, how do they feel? What are they going to trade for objectives with? I mean, usually for Selangor Red Giants, you want to just team fight, but I don't think that's the right coup.
Gonna try to get the kick, but he misses once again. It takes too much time, and Pagu's already there. SRG, at this point, SRG needs to stop. They just need to hit the brakes a little bit, calm down, stop looking for the kicks. Another turtle into the hands of Aurora Gaming, and this time Aurora Gaming are clapping back.
Uh-oh, Mount of Shock already used out now. It's gonna give him to the back line, gets the kill, shuts down Rosa.
That's huge, but Lunar doesn't want to give it up just yet. Cram trying to keep him away into the backside. TNZ with the puncture through Thorn Rose, looking for a target as Cram continues to slam down, but now he's too deep into water as the kill goes into the hands of Siggy Boom.
Pagu gets into the bush, Innocent going in, and that's it for now. They're able to take the fights and back away. Like, at that point for Aurora Gaming, they want to go for more Mount of Shock already. It lands, but they have Pagu there to back him up. So, for Aurora Gaming, it was more damage control. They lost Rosa already in that skirmish.
Look at the response. Thorn Rose does come down, and here comes TNZ.
Clutch.
Brilliance comes in at the last moment, and TNZ cannot secure the kill. Lunar might not want to give this up.
No.
Gonna try to cut wave, decides not to force it.
Yums.
Remember your job. A nice Thorn Rose to get away and not take full damage. Be able to escape, he's gonna puncture back through.
Oh.
TNZ looking for anything here, but now he's in a bad spot. Thorn Rose, Phantom Execution, safety.
Again, clean from TNZ. Yums, again, I guess this is why they banned out the Badang in favor of like just seeing the Cho on the other side, is because when you get to tough boots, when you are ahead in the early game, there's not really much lock. And for Aurora Gaming, it's all about pushing forward. It's all about being aggressive. It's all about being up in your face. And as long as there's no real lockdown, they can do this. Look,
every time they try to get onto Pagu, the flicker comes out and he's breaking their ankles right now, man.
He's pulling one for sure, man. He's breaking all the ankles for Selangor Red Giants, and that's plenty. Selangor Red Giants are really reliant on those cycle of skills. If the Lunox doesn't have that ult by the time the Lord spawns, right? If he's able to do that right before the Lord spawns, that's big. It's going to be massive, Mr. Trex. And
really massive. And I got to give it up to Aurora Gaming. We talked about pressure in the beginning of this game and how nonstop they have been. And even that a minute ago when TNZ punctures through to the mid lane into 3 members, yeah, he might not get a kill, but they are consistently looking and consistently pressuring them. It's like they're getting in their heads, man.
They really are. And I guess the question has been answered a bit, Trex. How are they doing mentally after losing in game number 1? Has it impacted them that much? Because I think the common answer for a lot of the fans, especially after seeing how Selangor Red Giants came back against TLPH in the Swiss stage to qualify to the knockout stage in a reverse sweep fashion is, no, 1 game isn't enough. Maybe 2 games.
A game and a half?
A game and a half may be enough, because it really looks like they are... Yums is defaulting back to just the Todak Yums. The guy who just, when they're behind, goes for these plays in such a desperate manner, and it just doesn't work out for the team. He constantly looks for these, and it's the frustration buildup of the early game. After getting that Ji Kundo, not being able to find the way, the Dragon still having discipline, but as the game goes on, keeps making the same mistakes, or maybe it was, constant outplays. But that frustration builds up, Trex, and when it happens again, he's gonna have to just be like, all right, I'm gonna flicker in, I'm gonna go away the Dragon, I'm gonna try to get the game back. And it's not really his fault. This is the nature of the composition with a Phobius, with a Cho, and a Lunox. You have scaling, but that's not your main goal, bro. You need that mid game. You need to actually get those leads early.
So on the flip side, Aurora Gaming mentally, they come into this essentially with nothing to lose, right? This is the farthest they've ever been. They're comfortable, they're confident, and you can see it in their gameplay. They're willing to take the risks in terms of draft picking things like Harley.
Absolutely.
They're willing to take the risks in terms of gameplay. If you catch Rosa, or you catch a member of Aurora Gaming right now, they brush it off quickly and are still willing to take these fights. So mentally, yes, I think we have answered the fact that Aurora Gaming in a much better position, and even in terms of gameplay so far, just in a much better position. Let's take a look at the total kills though. Innocent with 45 still leading the pack.
Yeah, before the tournament started in my tier list, I called him the best gold lane in M series, in M7 currently, and I still really stick to that now. It's just the fact that they've been able to shut him down real good. And by shutting down the side laners, I guess we did get to see what Rosa was saying in the interview, right? The side laners are what makes this team special, is what he said. The mid trio, we can beat them. Ooh. So it's all about getting tempo in the mid, getting that gap, and then rotating over, pushing these side laners back and taking their turrets, taking it out of laning phase, putting them into really tough spots. And really, that's been the name of the game in Game number 2 especially.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't just talking, right? They're walking the walk right now.
Oh, yeah.
We always see the first rotation come from Aurora Gaming. We saw it in this game. Rosa goes up tops, puts pressure onto Cram. We saw it in last game, bringing pressure down to the gold lane. Overall, Aurora Gaming has been winning that laning phase, especially in the mid.
And that's why every time, I guess it's something for all of us to learn, right? But Swiss stage is so different from knockouts. We're coming into knockouts expecting similar results to the performances, to the results of the Swiss stage. Let's take a look at the hero matchups here real quick. I'm gonna just mention it to you guys back at home. Yisun Shin has a 3-2 win rate against the Lancelot. Farsa is 0-2 against Lunox in the Swiss stage. Lancelot and Lunox are both on the side of the winning team in the knockout stage right now. It's Aurora Gaming Turkey, and we're back the lead.
Back in the game now. Lord is up. Humes continues to hold on to the front line. Tienzi with the Thorn Rose, puncturing back to his team. See where it goes from here.
It's all about that mid prio. Bottom lane slow pushing as well. It's gonna be big. Lunar?
Star Moon along with the Feathered Airstrike pushing SRG back, but they should be able to re-engage after this. If Lunar can hold them at bay though, it should be an easy Lord for the side of Aurora Gaming.
He got really low, but SRG do not know that.
Oh,
just like that, Aurora Gaming picks up a Lord for free. We're back in the game, folks. 5,000 gold lead. Just to let you know, if you guys are just tuning in right now, an endless battle for Skies at this point of the game. That's really, really late. You can definitely see the gap here starting to form for TNZ as he picks up his third item, a Brute Force Breastplate. He already has a Fury Hammer built up completely, I believe. No, it's Warrax, an endless battle second.
The top side of Aurora Gaming, trading towers for towers, but it's a tier 2 for a tier 3, so a big win on the side of Aurora. Lord gonna be marching down the bot side. We just broke the 10-11 minute mark here, 10.5 minute mark, and Aurora Gaming holding a 6,000 gold lead. I mean, last game it felt a little more back and forth. This time Aurora Gaming has been in control from start to finish.
Yeah. We saw a few of those team fights, you know, a few of those moments where Selangor Red Giants could still take the risk, take the gambles, and actually win it out. But in this match, when they're getting outlaned in every single lane, when they're getting capped in every single position, it gets really tough for you to go for those big gambles because you don't even have those sets that can turn games around. It's Yums on a Cho with Purifies on Aurora, with heroes that have untargetability on their abilities. And now also the Siege actually gets cancelled.
Yep, but the airstrike does come down. Big damage does land onto Yums there. Lord finally connecting.
Oh.
But the defense will hold strong and protect SRG from losing any inhibitors so far.
Yeah, they'll crack open all the tier 2s. They'll strip them down at the tier 2s here. Selangor Red Giants choke down and push to their own base. Skies, even more now, is going to struggle to take any camps, to find any gold. They're going to have to divide the gold, disperse it amongst each other whenever it comes through. And Aurora Gaming, I will say, they're doing a phenomenal job. This is something that we saw on the Swiss stage, them leading in the early game, but always falling short. Now, they understand how to really capitalize on the big advantage.
That airstrike once again to help clear the waves and give space for Aurora Gaming to back through. Yums comes in, shifting clouds, gets a stun onto SRG as Innocent pushes Pagu away. Aurora Gaming finally backing off. They were looking for a moment, but SRG didn't fall for it.
Osa? Okay. It's all good. Could have been real bad there if Yums was around to follow it up. But again, even if Yums was there, Purify was still up for Rosa. There were still avenues for Aurora Gaming to just get out, waste some resources, and reset. Now they're going to freeze up the waves. They're really going to be putting Selangor Red Giants into a tough spot. Chastise Pauldron now. So the Yisun Shin was already behind, now is going to struggle even more in the team fights on top of farming. Yeah, they're zoning them away, dude.
Play on the Innocent, a lot of damage. Pagu gets the kill. One by one, SRG are falling down.
It's not just guys anymore, man. Aurora Gaming Turkey, and they're making Selangor Red Giants their boys.
They're boys,
They're boys.
they're homies, they're little bros.
Oh, no!
Oh,
I hate to see it, Yums.
Did have to back off there, though. Sigboom uses a lot. SRG, I think, again, SRG just really pushing their limits, coming out maybe too far here. Look at the damage from Rosa.
I think we can ask the question already, Trex.
Is it a wrap?
How's game 3 gonna look? If this is game 2, if this is 1.5 games, the mental drop from Selangor Red Giants, how's game 3 gonna look? Are they gonna be able to fully reset? Coach Arcadia, Veki, and Winter, they're gonna have to step up here and like really help them reset.
I do want to say this. I don't want to go too quickly to game 3.
Not yet.
SRG, yes, Yums has had some bad plays with that kick so far, but he could still get something. Is it going to be enough? They do get the kill onto Pagu. That's big before the Lord comes. Only if Stormy gets away, though. Brilliance does come out. TNZ forced to use the Phantom Execution just to get away.
Great pickup. Great pickup. Signs of life now for Selangor Red Giants. Finally. And that's such a good lift for Yums, who's just failed constantly in this game to get away the dragon. Now he finally gets one good play, one good pickoff in. That's the slow build of confidence. That's the slow build of possibly scaling back to being so bad. Rosa.
That airstrike does come out. Look at the damage. Stormy finds the target, locks on, and another one goes down. Aurora Gaming this time on the wall. SRG, that's what they needed, a moment of grace.
Yes, sir. The slow build again. From one play, the domino effect to the next. They find Rosa Lack in there, and they instantly punish. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll be able to really capitalize on the Sigboom and Rosa pickoff, but they need to find something back on the map. They need to get back control. They're able to get some farms. Skies is now level 15, so that's really, really good. The gold lead has been reduced down to just 4,000 now.
Genzi punctures through. Thorn Rose, try to clear the waves. SRG unable to crack that tier 3, which is big for Aurora Gaming. Like you said, they can still gain control of this game again, but don't push too hard, because you can see those moments SRG will have to shine. Look at TNZ. Brilliance does come out in the backside. Lunar able to lock onto Yums. Pagu there as well with TNZ following up. Looking for a moment to strike, a moment to bite as Rosa repositions.
I don't know how the wave in the bottom lane is looking right now, but it does look more like an Aurora Gaming slow push. So for Selangor Red Giants, it's all about managing the wave down below. I think at this point, they might have to take fights. No, okay, we're still at the 15-minute mark. Not Evolve Lord just yet. I think Selangor Red Giants, they can do one more Lord where they defend. There's a threat of obviously a base array getting taken there. Yums has the vision, knows Pagu is in that bush, but knows that there are a lot more players here to back him up. So we can't just be going for Pagu. Cram?
With an airstrike once again, a lot of damage lands onto Cram. TNZ tries to get away. Yums able to get the knockup, but doesn't convert to a big kick. SRG reclaiming position, but nobody goes down.
Really good attempt there for Selangor Red Giants. They need to be looking for more of those plays again, build the confidence slowly but surely. But unfortunately, like I said, it'll probably be a Lord that is given to Aurora Gaming. Slow push down below. Selangor Red Giants are going to be split up. Unless Aurora Gaming make a mistake here, I really don't think SRG can push forward just yet. They might have to wait a bit longer.
I feel like Rosa needs to be up on the top side. Yums and Stormy. Sigboom at a bad spot. Rosa as well. G-Kondo doesn't come in. Tries to get away, but Stormy finds the kill again on Rosie. Pagu now brought down to 40% into the backside though. One trying to get him, unable to do it with the shifting clouds, but TNZ picks up Sekai's.
Sigboom still able to survive right now. Pagu in the back just buying time.
Boom, slow, able to dash through. TNZ with a Phantom Execution. But look at the damage from Innocent once again. Lunar trying to get away.
And that's him. Innocent picking up the kill, going on the turret. TNZ and Sigboom get away. Pagu's pushing in mid. That base turret down below is looking juicy for the minions. Does it take it down? Only Yum sent down.
Oh, should be able to actually, I think Tower may just go down here. A couple more hits. No retribution on the side of SRG right now, but Aurora Gaming aren't going to try to take advantage of it.
They keep it alive. Aurora Gaming buys some time, or their minions rather, buy some time for them. A bit of capitalization now, a bit of conversion on the structural objectives.
Yenzi's so aggressive onto Innocent.
Stormy
through. Stormy locks on Rosa. Feather Airstrike comes down in response. Siggy Boom looking for targets. Aurora Gaming maybe just trying to open up the map.
They dealt with the wave in the bottom lane, but it was a temporary answer. They're still going to have to send someone down below to clear it up. Actually, never mind. It might actually build back now. I didn't really get to see the HP bar, but hold on. Yeah, that's why Sky is not handling it. It will be able to build back towards Aurora Gaming. So now, Aurora Gaming are the ones that have to send someone down, but Yums!
A lot of damage.
Wow, great
Rosa.
cancel.
Rosa is the target locked right now. If they can find Rosa, Rosa's good at this.
Kenzie.
Yenzi, Thorn Rose on a Stormy. Damage from all members all around.
Yums.
Now Chugger does come down. Tienzi able to get some nice damage on Innocent. Feathered Airstrike as well. The shifting clouds to bring him back. And Cram falls. Tienzi picks up the kill.
They're gonna go on Innocent now. It's an all-in Tienzi. Thorn Rose!
Oh, Stormy low. Pagu able to find it. And now Lunar's advancing with the rest of Aurora Gaming. Tienzi constantly looking for targets. A big falling Star Moon into the backside. Sakai's just trying to get away.
And it's a win for Aurora Gaming. 2 members down of Selangor Red Giants. And look at the timer. This is a bad Lord to give. It's an Evolved Lord for Aurora Gaming. And it's free. They're going to have to fight this. It looks like they just want to gamble.
They're pushing for Yums, looking for vision. Sekai's theirs as well. Tienzi's very, very low. I think they maybe could have with how low 2 members are, but they don't have the information.
Exactly. No vision. Aurora Gaming played it perfectly. The way they bobbed and weaved through that team fight, the way they went back and forth. They even need to handle the way down below because they know they still have the lead at that point. They have the items to swap. They have the advantage. All they need to do is execute, and that they did. Pagu, now with the winner crown, we do get to see a replay of how that happened, but keep your eyes on the live view because they are setting up in that bush up top. So going through this fight again, Cram really tries to get in, but it's Phobia's late game. You fall off real hard. You're just a frontliner. And with the damage that Aurora Gaming have in the late game, it's too much to handle. And that ambush up top didn't really amount to much. They just push in top lane so that at least there will be one lane that they don't have to deal with. It'll be a 2-way push coming down onto Selangor Red Giants base.
Inhibitor goes down. Airstrike falls as well. Cram with the demonic force into the backside. But Rosa falls. Sekai's able to get the kill. SRG looking for Stormy. Dan's able to find the kill.
Now it's still with the Evolved Lord. They have damage reduction. Innocent's gonna be very low. They're still handling the waves right now. Can they fight the... They can!
That guy's actually responding back. Innocent with a lot of damage on Lunar.
Wow.
Aurora Gaming has to try to get away here. The re-engage of the shifting clouds in the back line.
Good call!
No, but Tienzi falls. Innocent, the beast, carries the team to glory at this point.
It's always... There's always a way for Selangor Red Giants. Whether it be Innocent, Stormy, or all 3 with Yums together as well. What a flank by Yums, creating a diversion so that Stormy can just jump in. He was full kamikaze there, man. He went in, he was like, I will die as long as Rosa falls with me. That's a win for my team.
So it's a 5-second counter on Rosa. Tienzi at 24. SRG aren't going to be able to end anything exactly here, most likely, but still, we are at standstill territory. This game could go any way at this point.
Aurora Gaming, with the Evolved Lord damage reduction, I really thought like they would be able to power through it, but Selangor Red Giants played that so well. Innocent with the spacing, with the constant pokes, building up to them being so low. The space turret will not fall, at least not now. There's another wave to come in, but they won't use it. It's way too risky. Genzi wants to fight. Yeah, I think that'll be it. Now it gets really troublesome for... Oh my god, they just want to keep on going. Rosa! Flicker out already. Lunar? No, they can't go for it.
They're going to like try to rush Lord here?
I don't think so. But what they have gotten is the position back. They push Selangor Red Giants away. And now Cram, when he jumps in, Trex, he's cooked. Does he have Winner Crown? That's the question right now. I want to take a look at the items real quick to see if he does. He doesn't have Winner Crown. He doesn't have Immortality. Those two items are not in his inventory. So when he jumps, he's going to get shredded, bro.
Luckily for Aurora Gaming as well, Long Lane is pushing. In the backside, Siggy Boom onto Cram, keeping him away from the team, but Innocent is always the problem.
Yep.
Innocent and Sekai's have been jumping onto Rosa so much that Airstrike comes down, chips away, but still in the top side. Cram,
oh my god,
might get the outplay. Winter Crown comes in for Siggy Boom, Immortality pops.
Now Siggy Boom's dead. Selangor Red Giants, they fought through it and now they have a man advantage. The waves are still down below, but now it is a heck of a lot more equal. Wave versus man down. Who's gonna win? Selangor Red Giants already on the Lord. Young's handling the mid wave. Stormy!
Airstrike, a lot of damage. Brilliance comes out. It's still not enough. Aurora Gaming mistiming the ults.
They can't go for the shred. They can't burst the Lord. The wave in the bottom lane is gonna crash into their base.
Yeah, will Aurora Gaming try to really take advantage of that? Mountain Shocker does connect. Pagu able to just get through.
Oh my god.
Moves into the bot side. Rosa looking for a position once again, and watch for TNZ on the top.
That wave is big in the bottom lane. TNZ's there. Rosa falls!
Lunar gonna take a kick to the face as well, but there's still minions coming down the bot side as TNZ and Sekai's go for the 1v1. Mono e mono. TNZ looking for the and he's able to get it. He's on the run now. Immortality pops.
Does he buy the second item? He buys it with a crown. Can he do it? No, he cannot. He takes the rose gold in the end, but it was not enough. It was not quick enough. The waves handled right on time, but what TNZ did is he bought more than just those items. He bought time. He possibly saved this game from being a full turnaround. An Evolved Lord in the mid lane. SRG want to look for the end now, but I really... Oh, Siggy Boom?
Boom with a shifting clouds goes to deep, takes himself down to about 10%, but now Cram is deep as well. Lunar gonna be the next target. The next one in the chopping block, the 9s are out as SRG slices through. Innocent takes the tower along with members of Aurora Gaming, just trying to defend.
With a ground down, Siggy Boom goes out. Now it's just Pagu.
Rosa though, back on the field for that airstrike. Quickly got, and Innocent with a double kill. SRG, even the playing field.
It's a wipeout at the end of the day.